What's up, guys? Welcome back to Average Dudes Fitness. My name is Michael, and today we're going to be talking about nutrition. I was asked by a couple of people to dive into this a little bit and share some of the knowledge that I've taken over, the past couple of years in fitness. I'll start by talking a little bit about me. So my name is Michael. I am 36 years old. I am married. I have two beautiful children. One is a boy, he's 5 years old, and I have a girl who's 2.5 years old. I'm just going to give some disclaimers about this. So, I am not a professional. I do not have any sort of nutrition degrees. I do not have any fitness certifications, no nutrition certifications. This is just all my personal beliefs and knowledge that I've gotten over the past couple of years of researching, reading, testing out on myself, and things that I've just come across. And, we'll finish up with like what I'm doing now, what I've done, and so let's dive in. So I graduated from college in 2006. I worked in the corporate world for about 2 years. Really wasn't for me. Was always into food and cooking, and I went to culinary school and got my culinary degree. I worked in New York City restaurants for a couple years, worked at Whole Foods for a couple years, all in food. I ran a prepared foods department in multiple different Whole Foods locations in the Northeast. I did some dabbling in corporate chefing, basically working in corporate cafeterias and heading up their menus and training and all sorts of stuff like that. Most presently, I am unemployed, but I'm employed as a stay-at-home dad due to this ongoing pandemic that is going on here. There's a couple things that we can, look at the pandemic as. Basically, you can be bummed about it, or you can try and find the silver lining. I try and find the silver lining. I get to spend more time with my family. I get to spend more time with my kids that working in restaurants and being a chef, you wouldn't necessarily get. Some days are better than others, but, we got to do what we got to do. So getting back to nutrition, basically I learned most of everything I know by reading, by following fitness people, trying out different diets. I've tried out pretty much every diet under the sun. I've done paleo, I've done keto, I've counted calories, I've counted macros. I went vegetarian for a couple of months. I was a pescatarian for about 8 months. Being a chef, I eat tons of food. I have no food aversions, no food allergies. I pretty much eat everything. I love food. I am a fat kid at heart. It's tough. I mean, there's no secrets to wanting to lose weight or put on muscle or mass. At the end of the day, everything is calories in versus calories out. If you're eating less calories than your maintenance calories, you're gonna lose weight. If you're eating more calories than your maintenance calories, you're gonna gain weight. If you're looking to put on size and muscle, you're gonna want to eat in a calorie surplus. If you're looking to change your body composition and I guess, lean out, you're gonna want to eat in a little bit of a calorie deficit. Now, I kind of started really dialing in nutrition maybe about a year and a half ago, and I was very interested in the keto diet. I was keto for a lot of months, maybe about 6 months, and it really worked. I mean, I stepped on the scale one morning when I decided to do it, and I was about 228 pounds. And after doing keto for about 6 months, I think the lowest I got was like 194 pounds. It's a super restrictive diet. I mean, going out for dinner or being social or any of that is extremely difficult. You could be alienated. You could, there's haters everywhere. But it works. I mean, the way it works is not because you're cutting out carbs. It's because you're in a massive calorie deficit. Eating protein and high fat is extremely satiating. You don't get hungry. You almost have to, remember to eat. But in my opinion, being into fitness and running and lifting, it was extremely difficult to maintain that. My running slowed down. My minute per mile times were way higher. I had no carbs in my system, so I was always, I was tired. I couldn't lift nearly as much as I could, and for the time being, my goal was to lose weight. So I kind of was okay with that. Once I did lose all my weight, I realized that it wasn't sustainable, and I couldn't really go on with it. So I switched over to counting calories, which was, it was insane. I had my Fitness Pal open all the time. I was weighing food, which I still weigh food now, but it was tough. I kind of followed the if it fits your macros mentality, where, if you're like, I know I'm gonna want a cupcake later, I'm just gonna starve myself and I'll just fit those calories in. Again, not sustainable, not something that you can live off of. At least for me, this is all what I tried. If you see me looking over to the side, I have a bunch of notes. That's the only reason. But let's see. So these things take time. Keto was fairly quick in terms of losing weight, but you really need to commit to this. You need to persevere. There's going to be times where you're going to fall off, and it's not an overnight thing. You're not going to just drop a bunch of weight overnight. It takes weeks, months, years to do this. It's a total change in lifestyle. So it's really important to use like SMART goals, meaning SMART being specific, measurable, actionable, realistic, and timely. So for specific, you want to do something that should be linked to an activity, a thought, or an idea. So, I'm gonna lose weight, something you can measure. So being, you can use a scale, but I don't like to use a scale because the scale doesn't always tell the true story. It might be you're losing weight as a number, but you might be changing and eating clean, and you might put on a little bit of weight, or weight might level out, but your jeans might fit better, or your rings might fit better on your fingers, or you can make your watch a little bit tighter on your arm. You use the next rung on your belt. So these are things that you can measure. The scale doesn't always tell the true story. Actionable. So you want, clear tasks or actions to, progress your goal. I'm going to try and start small and eat clean for 3 days, 4 days, 1 meal, 2 meals, anything, just something to get yourself going. And is this something realistic? Can you do this with your lifestyle? Do you have, are you going out every night and partying where you're, no one's doing that anymore due to COVID, but, when this is all over, are you going to go out and drink? Are you going to go out and, eat pizza at 4:00 in the morning and eat, all this other stuff? And something that is timely. So, what's your time frame to do this? Are you trying to do this overnight? Not going to work. Are you going to give yourself a couple months? Are you going to start in January and hopefully by July you have that body? Yeah, it could work. You work out, you follow a nutrition plan, you eat super clean, you limit the amount of alcohol you drink, you limit the amount of sweets you eat, and you're out there. So, someone might ask what I do now. So I am a member of Street Parking, which is an online community. There's about 30,000 plus members. And it's basically where I get all my nutrition information in terms of this template that I follow. And it's where I get all my workouts, my program. So I don't have to think about it. Every day I open up the website and I see what the workout is. Everything is at least under 30 minutes. They have tons of accessory work, and it only costs $19 a month, which is basically a steal. 2 CrossFit Games athletes started it, and the programming is insane. Getting back to like how I kind of found out about this is I got big into CrossFit, I don't know, maybe like 5 years ago, and I love it. I think it's great. There's a lot of CrossFit haters. But it was the best for me. I love the competition. I love to the Olympic lifting. I love the methodology. And I love the fact that you never had to think about what you were going to do. I dabbled in like the bodybuilding style workouts where you're doing bicep curls and all these, isolated movements. And I just found it really boring. So I really loved it. Once COVID happened, obviously I wasn't going near a gym, couldn't go to a gym. So I ended up building a home gym where I've accumulated all sorts of different things. And, maybe in a later video, if anyone's interested, I could walk through how I got my equipment, what my home gym looks like, stuff like that. So I do follow Street Parking. They have a template on their website that's $50 and it's a one-time fee. And they basically map out all your nutrition. They tell you eat 4 meals a day. And basically it's macros, and they tell you, give you a list of food, list of fats, list of proteins, and they'd give you a serving size. So if your protein is 5 servings, which mine actually is, and you take your protein, you would multiply, like for chicken thighs, for example, or ground beef, it's 27 grams for 1 serving. You would multiply that by 5 and you would get 135 grams, and that's the food you would eat. In my previous video, I basically said that I eat the same thing every single day. I do that because it's easy for me and it works. I do things that work for me. Being a chef, I cook all the meals for my wife, my kids, and for dinner, I have to spend most of my time doing that. So for me, it's pretty easy to just weigh out some food, throw it in the microwave for 2 minutes, and I'm good to go. Everyone's different. I'm just talking about what I do for me. So I follow the Street Parking template. It's great. If you guys are interested, you should definitely check out Street Parking as a whole. I'm not paid to do this. I'm not sponsored by Street Parking. They didn't tell me to do this at all. So I'm just a huge believer in the program, and I think it's great. I do meal prep. I'm not one of these once or twice a week meal preppers. I kind of meal prep every other day. I showed you my air fryer and my rice cooker. I mean, those are the 2 main things. It's kind of like a set it and forget it type thing. You don't have to watch it. And I do it, I make 2 cups of raw rice every other day, and it kind of lasts me. I'm never out of food. I always have vegetables in the house. I eat a lot of avocados. I make a lot of guacamole. It's clean. It's got a lot of veggies in it, and it's good fats. So I basically do eat the same thing every single day. I eat chicken and rice. I differ the spices and I differ the hot sauces that I use. And it works. I enjoy it. I don't get sick of it. But that's not for everybody. Some people need recipes. They need to switch it up. Their lifestyle doesn't allow them to do that. If you're not a cook and you're going out for dinner all the time, it's going to be really hard to maintain, good nutrition. I'm not one for quotes, but this quote is really great. Fail to prepare, prepare to fail. So, it's so true. If you don't prepare your food, if you're not prepared for your day, you're going to fail. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. If you don't have your food prepped out, you're going to run to Chick-fil-A or McDonald's or pizza or a sandwich, and, you might just blow it, which is okay. You're not going to do it every single day. I don't do this all the time. I do love pizza. I love donuts. I love ice cream. But I keep it balanced. One night a week, I definitely eat pizza and I definitely indulge in what I crave, but you have to just weigh out your goals. Is it worth it to you to go and eat all that? It's up to you. I don't really drink alcohol. I'm not opposed to it. Trust me, I love drinking, but for me to have 1 drink a night is not worth it. For some people it is. Some people need a drink to, relieve stress or, take the edge off. For me, it's working out. You can ask my wife, if I don't work out, I'm not the best person to be around. It's just me, I'll be the first to admit it. Um, I do drink if I go out for dinner, but I mean, when was the last time anyone went out for dinner? um, and some people, there's that misconception that sometimes drinking is going to make me gain weight. I mean, it might if you're drinking like big beers all the time and stuff like that, but it's mostly like drinking and then making poor food decisions at 2 o'clock in the morning because you're starving, is usually what kind of does it. Um, and I mean, I'll talk a little bit about my exercise routine. So basically, like I said, I follow street parking. I do 4 to 5 days of lifting weights, be it strength and metcons, like metabolic conditioning workouts. Um, Everything is programmed by street parking, so I have no thinking about it. I open the website, I go to my whiteboard in my garage, and I write down the workout. It's usually time based, and it's great. I set the clock, I do warm up. I mean, my garage is 20, 30 degrees right now, so I pretty much warm up with about 50 burpees as fast as I can, and that usually gets me sweating, and then I'm good to go to start working out. I do have a Peloton bicycle. It's awesome. Highly recommend Peloton. They're awesome if you can even get one right now. But I ride the Peloton like twice a week. I usually take off Sundays. I don't do anything. I mean, you need a day of rest. You can't overdo it. You don't want to overtrain, but you need to, let your body rest, let your muscles heal, and that's how, you can keep going on. When the pandemic started, before I had a garage gym, I was running a lot. I got up to, I think in June, I ran like close to 100 miles. In July, I ran over 100 miles for the month, which was a lot of volume. I was waking up at 5 o'clock every morning and I was running at least 7 miles every day. And I got up to like 12-mile runs. I was training for a half marathon, got canceled, got postponed to 2021, hopefully. And I would love to run that. So I do still run. I try and run if it's 25 degrees and icy or snowy outside. I'm not going to run. It's not worth injuring myself. But I do run a lot still. But you have to balance. I mean, when I was running heavily, I was losing a ton of muscle. I want the muscle. I mean, my goals right now are to change my body composition. I want to lean out. I want a six pack. I want to be shredded, to say the least. So those are my goals. If this was kind of all over the place, I apologize. If anyone has any questions for me, you can reach out to me on Instagram. You can leave comments below. Or if you want me to dive into any topic more specifically, let me know. That's all I got. And, thank you guys for watching. I know this was a pretty long video, but I think it's really important. I mean, abs are made in the kitchen 100%. You cannot out-train a poor diet. That's how you do it. So I could talk a little bit more about a specific topic if you guys are interested, or reach out to me in any way you want. And thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned to the channel for more information, and have a great day.